Welcome back to another episode of the final quarter. Today we have a certified ball hawk in the building, straight out of Hickson, Tennessee. This man has took the long road, made it legendary, grinding it out at Woodford College, earning a shot in the league with the Titans, now becoming a cornerstone in the UFL. For the last 4 seasons, he has been dominant with the Birmingham Stallions on the field, in the locker room, and all around. Please join me in welcoming none other than Mr. JoJo Tillery. JoJo, we are fired up to have you on the podcast. We're going to be talking mindset, ball, and what it takes to get to that next level. I want to formally say welcome to the final quarter.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you for having me.
Let's kick things off. I like to get these interviews way back so people know just as much as about you as I got to learn about you. Started off high school. You're talking East Ridge and Chattanooga, Tennessee. You played both sides of the ball, QB and free safety. And then junior year, 2,000 yards on offense, 5 interceptions on defense, nominated for Offensive Player of the Year. Followed it up senior year, 2,200 yards on offense, 3 interceptions on defense. And then you take all that talent over a couple of states to South Carolina, Woodford College, same thing, played on both ends, but dominant on defense. Spent all 4 years at Woodford, and man, 160 total tackles, 2 sacks, 4 interceptions, 14 PBUs, 1 forced fumble, and 2 fumble recoveries. Good God. As on an undrafted free agent by the Tennessee Titans in 2019. And then right from there, you spent some time in the TSL, the CFL, but then Birmingham said, "Hey, JoJo, we got to have you here in the USFL." And that's what happened. USFL called you up, Birmingham called you up. USFL, 73 tackles, 1.5 sacks, 1 interceptions, 10 tackles in the final season, or I'm sorry, 10 tackles in the championship game, your second championship game, and then a strip sack in the championship game to go back to back USFL champs. Now, UFL. Last 2 years were with Birmingham Stallions, 34 tackles, 2 picks. Current day, drafted by the Stallions. You have had an incredible short amount of years, but a lot going on. So kind of talk me through that. How has your life been and where we are today?
Oh man, I like to say myself, I live by three F's. That's faith, family, and football. Um, so I mean, you kind of got it down packed. Even before high school, I started playing this game at 4 years old, and I fell in love with it ever since. My dream was to always make it to the NFL, and I did that. I mean, I didn't stay long. Of course, I always want to get back, but hey,
Hmm.
for at the age of 22, I accomplished my dream. It was said and done. I was happy. Could nobody knock me off that pedestal. I had did what I said I was gonna do from the age of 4 years old. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, man, I love ball, and anytime I get to play it, I'm forever grateful. It doesn't last long. But your time or you're playing it, you got to make the most of it, and that's just what I've been trying to do year in, year out.
Hey man, you said it best. You're 22 years old in the NFL is no joke, but you're still young. You're in the UFL. That's not far away. We see the amount of players going up and down from the UFL to the NFL. And speaking of that, as well as playing in the highest level, you've also had very high level coaches too, even from this is a pull. Tracy Malone, Mike Ayers, John Conklin, Skip Holmes, and then of course now you have AJ McCarron, one of the best college quarterbacks of all time. What has that kind of done to you along your career? And tell me kind of what is AJ McCarron going to do this 2026 UFL season?
Oh man, it's I've been as far as coaching wise, I think my toughest coaches came when I was probably 11 and 12, playing
Yeah.
little league football in Chattanooga. They were hard on us. Um, it was kind of like I remember the Titans, like they demanded perfection.
Hmm.
So I mean, my 11-year-old year, we were kind of rough. We made it to the
Hmm.
Super Bowl. We didn't win it. We lost a couple games. But that next year, my last year playing little league football, they like I said, they demanded perfection. So
Mm.
they were hard on us then, and it prepped me for any coach that I've come encounter with since
Ah.
then. Like from mental toughness to wanting to see the greatness out of everybody. I've been prepared for that. So even with Mike Vrabel in the NFL, like he's one of those guys that you want to play for. Like you see how he's done with the
Hmm.
Patriots. They're going to the Super Bowl. Um, just making make sure they're getting the best out of you. And that's what all the coaches up until now has done. AJ McCarron, I haven't really talked to him much. We had a brief interaction, and I just told him, I told him from the jump, like I mean, I know with the draft and everything going on, I still want to be a Birmingham Stallion. I didn't want to play for
Hmm.
anybody else, and I'm glad he brought me back on board. 2026, this season is going to be exciting for me. I'm super excited for it. Um, Honestly, I don't think nobody's excited for this as much as I am. In the off season, I kind of hate taking a break, even though you have to.
Hmm.
But I look forward to the next season just coming around. But 2026 is going to be a good year for JoJo Tillery and a great year for the Stallions. I can feel it now.
That's beautiful. So I just want to get the people to know you just a little bit more. You played at the highest level in the NFL, and I have a feeling of what you're going to say to this answer. Because you had your first play was an interception against the Eagles.
Interception.
From the 25, and Thorson will get an opportunity to cut it loose, and he airmails it for an interception. JoJo Tillery with the pick.
I
Yep.
have a feeling that what was your kind of NFL, welcome to the NFL moment, if you have one?
Welcome to the NFL moment. Oof. Honestly, it's a couple. The first one that just popped out in my head was in our team meetings every day. I sat right behind Derrick Henry.
Mm,
Um, and on the left side of me was Rashaan Evans, and on the right side of me was Darren Bates. And
mm.
Darren's from Memphis. I'm from Chattanooga, so we have Tennessee ties. So we kind of talk smack here and that, just not even knowing each other. That's just how Tennessee guys. That's how we do it. And then Rashaan was like he wasn't a class clown. He was a goofball, but he took it serious. But he was always going to make sure you were fine. But you had to take a couple jokes here and there. But because he was still kind of one of the young guys in the room.
Hmm.
But the conversation at hand, what was the NFL moment was me realizing how big Derrick Henry actually was. Like I'm 6 foot at the time. I was actually 220, and I was
Oh,
okay. I'm a
okay.
big safety.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry was 6'3", 6'4", 260 pounds at running back.
Yeah.
So that was
Yeah.
realizing how huge that man really was. Um, what was another one? Practice. Marcus Mariota.
Hmm.
That man is fast.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
Um, Along with just being a humble, quiet guy, like chasing him around that field is no joke.
Hmm.
He was fast. Um, I think also the realization was college football is way the atmosphere is way bigger than NFL. You have
Oh,
some
yeah.
stadiums who have 100,000 seats. Well, my first game at the Eagles, like I mean, of course, it was amazing just running out of the tunnel and just seeing the lights and realizing, wow, you're on the biggest stage and you're really here.
Hmm.
But I would say it's gonna sound crazy. My first game as a college freshman was at Clemson, and that was the year they won the
Wow.
national championship.
Good
So
Lord.
think about running out in front of 82,000 compared to I think Philly Stadium was like maybe 60, 70. I don't know,
Wow.
but yeah, it was different. I think they're way louder, um, and just they're more spiritful. Like
Yeah.
I can't, you know what I'm trying to say. I can't really describe it, but I think that's the welcome to the NFL moment. Besides that,
I got you. Just seeing you're
on
actually
field
there.
play, yeah. I would say on field play, everything is fast. I mean,
Mm.
I know a lot of times in college you got teams that run no huddle, so you gotta think
Yeah.
fast, you gotta play fast, but literally everybody's fast, and those bullets are flying. Like college, you might get to redeem yourself, but as an undrafted free agent, it could be one false step, and you're out of there.
Uh,
So that's just the reality of ball. But that's a couple examples I can think of right now that uh, just welcome to the NFL moment.
yeah. Well, this is a little bit tougher for you. You're a safety. I want to ask you, you can only pick four. What is your kind of like Mount Rushmore of safeties and DBs? You can even do DBs if you want.
Oh, it's this not hard for me at all. My favorite safety ever was Sean Taylor. I
Mm-hmm.
kind of like to model my game after his, somebody who's going to hit you, but also go get the ball too, as well as Ed Reed. I think Ed
Okay.
Reed is the best safety of all time.
Mm-hmm.
That's my guy. A lot of people get upset with me because I don't say Troy Polamalu. Troy Polamalu is great, but I think Ed Reed, I kind of model my game a little more after him than Troy
Yeah.
Polamalu. Troy Polamalu now is great. Is I think he's the number two safety, but a
Yeah.
lot of people give me a hard time for that. But Troy Polamalu, like just watching his highlights, he's very his instincts were there. He made a lot of great plays for the Steelers, and they
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't be that defense without him. So that's three. And then four is it's a toss up because you got a lot. I mean DB wise, you can't say DBs without mentioning Deion Sanders. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick to safeties alone. You can go Rod Woodson, he played corner and safety.
Mm.
Charles Woodson played corner and safety. You got Brian Dawkins, you got Ronnie Lott.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's tough. That's tough.
That fourth one gets everyone.
That fourth one,
The
man.
first three are easy.
First three are easy because you got to throw your favorite in there, and then of course you got to throw the
Yeah.
best in there. Um, I would say, yeah, I would say, um, if I put them in order, Ed Reed, Troy Polamalu, he was tragic what happened to him. Sean Taylor's number
Yeah.
three for me, but he's my personal favorite, but he's number three. Um, Four, who would I go? It's tough. Yeah, you're right. um, yeah, I don't know. Wow. You know what? I might get a lot of hate for this, but this man was so versatile and could do a lot of things. Do I actually think he's number four? No, but I don't know why this is just screaming at the top of my head. Tyrann Mathieu. Tyrann Mathieu from the time he was
Oh,
at
the Honey
LSU
Badger.
to even, since he recently retired. But
Mm-hmm.
that man ball skills was insane. He talks smack, and if you don't know, I literally if I got voted the best trash talker in the UFL and the USFL a couple times by my peers. But yeah, Tyrann Mathieu, I love his game, man. I don't think he's the fourth best safety of all time, but for some
Mm-hmm.
reason that name just is just screaming at the top of my head right now. So I'm gonna say
Hey
Tyrann.
man, he was great. He's probably one of the best, if not the best, safety in college football history. He was an unbelievable.
Literally.
And then from your opinion, what do you think the main difference from the NFL to the UFL is, if any?
um, yeah, I mean, a lot of us have been in the NFL, so I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I would say the only difference is we see a lot of college offenses in the UFL.
Okay.
I mean, and that's not a knock or anything, but it's a lot of more RPOs. It's a lot
Mm,
more up tempo. A lot of times, like yesterday, we just watched the Broncos and the Patriots. It was slow and steady. Now the weather might have had something to do with that, but it was more so a patient offensive game. But it was a great defensive game.
mm-hmm.
But it wasn't a lot of high scoring. It wasn't a high paced
Yeah.
game. Everything was slow and subtle. Like they took their time, getting down the field, marching down the field. So I would say, I mean, to me, that's really the only difference. You got a bunch of guys who are in the NFL, taking their experience and bringing it to the UFL to try to expand it and keep it going.
I
I
see.
look at it as basically the G League to the NFL because like you said, a lot of guys keep getting pulled up, and it's not the official G League like the G League and the NBA. But I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's the same thing. So yeah, I don't really think it's much of a difference.
Yeah, we just had two other guys similar to you that spent time in the NFL. We had Savion Patton and the other Titan, Derek Roberson, on here. Kind of
My
said the
guy
same type of
Roby,
thing. Bro,
yeah,
he's a monster. Um, they kind of said the same thing, is that there's 52 guys on the active roster. So you're telling me the other 37 that were in there during the preseason aren't good enough to play in the NFL? That just doesn't make sense.
right.
So then they end up in the UFL. They're still dogs. Competition is still there. It's just in a different time of the year. So now, question for you is 4 years, same helmet on your head, still with the Birmingham Stallions. How much has changed from JoJo Tillery from year one to now going into year five?
Um, gonna sound crazy. A lot of guys look at me as the old guy in the room.
Oh my
Just
God.
because I've been there. This is going into my fifth year. Um, I'm 28, so to say I'm the old guy in the room is crazy. But 28 in football years is a long time. Now I haven't been playing 28 years. I actually been playing 24, but
Yeah.
still. Um, but yeah, like I said, it's fifth year in the room. Um, Out of me, you're still gonna get, the trash talking, ball hawking, heat seeking missile playing safety.
Yep.
No, honestly, it's gonna be a guy who loves ball, who's gonna try to bring the best out of his teammates,
Hmm.
and is gonna be a great leader for the Birmingham Stallions in 2026.
That's beautiful. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Talk about it now and more in depth. But with the Stallions, what does it mean to kind of, be a part of something? You won back-to-back champions in the USFL, and now you're going on with a really hyped up team around you this year in the UFL. What does it mean to be a part of something and be a part of the building process of it rather than just getting there and just joining it?
Just being there from day one to now it's amazing and it's a blessing.
Yeah.
Skip Holtz instilled in us 1-0, and that
Mm.
mentality has got us, three straight championships, and even last year we didn't have the season we wanted to, but it was still a good season overall.
Yeah.
But just being in there from day one, seeing guys in and out, um, and just living in the moment of winning those three championships, man, it was everything.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of guys. I mean, that first year we had no idea we were going to be that good. I mean, training camp every day, offense and defense, we're just going at it. It was times where training camp defense would go crazy for 3 straight days, but then offense would go crazy for two weeks straight.
Yeah.
And then we would vice versa. It would flip back and forth. It was a competition literally every day. Like, and we felt okay, we win this offense. Now we definitely won it. And one thing Coach Holtz used to do, he still even did it last year. Practice was going to end on a deep ball. Whether it
Oh.
was completed or not. Well, if it was intercepted, he had to run another play. But he was always going to take a shot on the last play of practice. So just having fun out there, competing, flying around. What the Birmingham Stallions are about.
Yeah.
We're about pride. Alabama, Birmingham loves us.
Hmm.
Just walking around, not even the game. We have a Stallion shirt on. They automatically assume we play, which I mean, of course, some people do. I mean, some fans have shirts and gear and stuff, but just us walking around, they know who we are. They show us,
Hmm.
great Southern hospitality. Um,
Yeah.
so I mean, it means a lot to be a Birmingham Stallion. I think the new guys coming in who hasn't played with us before is going to see um, that we're held to a higher standard. I think
Hmm.
just because those three championships, some people like to call it a dynasty, which is technically it is.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it means a lot to being able to keep wearing this shirt for the UFL.
Yeah, no, it showed kind of in that video they posted, FaceTiming you to see the new helmet for the first time. So you can see.
Wait a minute. Ooh. Now I'm excited to see the rest of the uniforms, but that is nice. Yeah, two thumbs up for me for sure.
Your excitement is there for sure, which is always good to see from a viewer's perspective too. But as a safety, you see the whole field, you're seeing a lot more than a lot of other players out there.
Mhm.
And how has your role mentally or vocally kind of evolved since your first time with the USFL till now?
It's kind of just been the same since I ever started playing football. Well, let me start. When I was 4 years old, I actually played running back instead of quarterback.
Hmm.
Um, I still played, safety, but from the time I was 5, I played quarterback. So me seeing the whole field on both sides of the ball. Quarterback, you have to see it all. You got to try to recognize, what defense they're in to get the offense in the best position to, try to get a first down or even touchdown. And on
Hmm.
defense is vice versa. Being back there, you see the whole thing. Now
Yeah.
you're trying to figure out what the offense is in. Play recognition,
Hmm.
just little things um, that the offense takes away. Like even if well, I like to how we played it the past 4 years, it wasn't free safety, strong safety. We just played left safety, right safety. You're on the left side of the field,
Mm,
whether it was wherever the ball was at, you was free or strong.
hmm.
It's a bunch of things, like I said, play recognition. I like to look at tackles a lot of time.
Yeah.
The end man on the line of scrimmage, their foot placement, their hand placement. You can tell if it's run or pass immediately. So that type of thing gets you able to play fast.
Hmm.
Um, so just being a guy, even in the spring league, it literally just popped in my head. I was thinking about it. It came to a time where I kind of was like the co-defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
I wasn't calling the plays or anything. But literally, you can ask, Peter Voss, our head coach at the time. It was to me where I kind of took embraced the role.
Hmm.
If guys didn't know, what were going on or what play it was, what their responsibility, they literally came to me on the field. And it was an interview, or not even an interview, in-game commentary where the coaches were talking about it. Literally, I don't know, man. I just love ball, and I definitely want my teammates to, exceed just as well as I do. So,
Hmm.
you literally football is 11 people on the field working as one. So if one guy is off, I guarantee you something's bad is going to happen.
I gotcha. Yeah.
So me just being able to be that guy that guys can come to for, especially on the field, intake or, in-depth questions, technique, whatever,
Hmm.
I'm there. But just in general, being a guy that, your teammates want to come to for advice or just that guy to be around, I love it and I embrace that role.
Yeah. You just love the game. So that brings us into the kind of next question is after UFL, NFL is all said and done, what do you kind of want your role to be? Do you still want to be coaching kids? What do you want to do after that?
I'm most definitely going to be a coach somewhere down the line. There's no
Hmm.
way I could stop playing and not still be around the game some way, somehow.
Yeah.
I can't see it. The past couple of years, I went back and coached my old high school, East Ridge, and I don't think I could go lower than that because my patience runs thin with football. Coaching high school is no joke, man. They get around that age to where back in the day, the old folks used to say they're smelling themselves. They're becoming of age, and yeah, they're coming of age where you can't tell them anything, and they don't listen. But I love it. So yeah, I was glad I was able to go back and be a part of something I came from. Um,
Hmm.
but I'm definitely going to be a coach somewhere down the line. And I think I might start back with high school, but eventually go to college. I don't think I
Yeah.
want to coach NFL. It would be a blessing. Don't get me wrong, and I would love to if the opportunity came. But
Yeah.
I think college coaching is where I belong once I'm done playing.
Hey man, your career has all been, or it's been all about opportunity. And that's why I kind of like to ask this question because it didn't come without a lot of hardships and a lot of bumps in the road. What is kind of, whether it's from a coach, teammate, or just yourself, you said earlier, faith, family, football, what is kind of the best piece of advice that you've ever received in your life? And can you explain that?
Oh, I wouldn't even say it's been advice. It's a Bible scripture.
Mm,
Philippians 1:29. I actually have the tattoo across my chest, and it says, "Your pain has a purpose,"
mm,
and that's whether it's football, life, everything you go through. God puts his strongest battles on his strongest soldiers. I truly
mm-hmm.
believe that. And just everything that I've been through, and for me to prevail and still be here and still trying to help other people out, that's a true statement.
That's beautiful.
I've been through a lot. Um, ever since I was born to now, like statistics say I'm not even supposed to be here.
Okay.
So I'm just forever grateful to, for one, to still be breathing, and for two, still living out my dream playing football. So that would be my thing. Philippians 1:29. Your pain has a purpose.
Your pain has a purpose. That's beautiful. I mean, that's like what is it? Exodus 14:14. Be still and God is with you, you know?
Guys with you. Yep.
Bro, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So now looking back on it, you said you get called the old head at the age of 28, which is ridiculous. Um, ridiculous. But when you look back at your career with the Stallions and just talking about just the Stallions because you were a part of that legacy. And what's kind of one thing you, as JoJo Tillery, want to be remembered for in that locker room?
Um, Overall, football wise, just being a great leader, man.
Hmm.
I don't know. A lot of coaches say I have that gravitational pull as to where a lot of guys just kind of gravitate towards me on the field or off the field. I don't know what it is. I guess my charisma. I don't know, man. I think I mean I know this might not be true, but I definitely think it's myself. I love football more than anybody on this planet. That's just how
Hmm.
I feel about the game of football.
Hmm.
Um, so I think other guys see how much I care for the game, and they kind of want to express that way themselves as well. So
Hmm.
that may be it. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think that's
But I
100% right.
definitely
We're having
yeah.
this 15-minute conversation. You're making me want to suit up. So that might be 100% right. You just have that demeanor about you where we as viewers and people around you know that you care, which is just all that we need to see to do our best, which is very nice. So now, current day, we talked about the future, talked about the past a little bit. Current day, 2026, NFL is obviously the goal, should be the goal for every UFL player out there.
hmm
What is your main goal and focus going into this 2026 UFL season?
The main goal is always for one to stay healthy as long as possible.
Hmm.
This the second year in the USFL and the first year actually the UFL. I missed. It's only 20 games. Well, I missed 10 games. Oh, well, it's 10 games per season. And
Hmm.
out of those 20 games, I missed 10 of them.
Hmm.
My first, the second year of the USFL, I fractured my ankle and didn't even know it.
Hmm.
It was in training camp. I tried to play through it, so I missed the first 5 games of the season, and that was hard for me to just sit there, watch my team go to war without me. But I was there on the sideline, um, especially at all the home games and practices, rooting them on, cheering them on, making sure they're still high in spirits or whatever. And
Hmm.
then in the first year of the UFL, I pulled my hamstring. I actually pulled both hamstrings. On the way, I
Hmm.
could have had my first pick six since Little League, um, but pulled both hamstrings. So end up missing the last 5 games of the year.
Hmm.
So that's the number one thing is to stay healthy. In the NFL they say your best availability is durability. Or
Yes.
did I say that wrong? Something like that. Something along those lines. Um, but yeah, that's the number one goal is to stay healthy through the entire year.
Hmm.
Number two would just be, don't count every snap, make every snap count.
Hmm.
Well, don't count the plays, make the plays count.
Yeah.
So I forgot what coach first said it, but I've heard it multiple times. A lot of guys kind of care about how much they're playing. But
Hmm.
if I'm only playing those four, if I only play 4 plays a game, for those 4 plays, I'm gonna have an interception, I'm gonna have a forced
Yep.
fumble, I'm gonna have a big special teams play, and something that's gonna be a great play to set my team up. So that's another thing. And I would say 2026, all the other 7 teams, look out for JoJo Tillery because it's going to be a rude awakening on his side of the field, wherever he's at.
Hey man, I'm
uh,
I'm I'm with it, man. I'm with it. I'm pumped. You're making me pumped right now, and we still got a few weeks to wait, unfortunately, but you're making me super pumped. And Jojo, that's really all I got for you. I want to thank you again for taking the time, and you've been incredible. And you know damn well we're going to be watching JoJo Tillery out there because he's coming. So thank you again, JoJo. Appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your day, okay, brother?
I appreciate you, man. Thank you for having me. And now I'm ready to go put this helmet on and go run through a brick wall somewhere, man.
There you go, brother. Have a good day, brother. I appreciate it
All
again.
right, you too, man. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.